What's up, everybody? This is your favorite Billionaire. Been back at it again, and welcome to Holy Stream. You know what time it is. This is episode 8. Real Talk Fridays. Yep. Real Talk Fridays. Yo, have you subscribed to the channel yet? Have you subscribed to the channel? Have you subscribed? I don't think you did. So this is what I need you to do. Follow. Check me out. Go to my link in the bio, click on it. It's going to send you right to the Holy Stream platform. Click that subscribe button. Turn on, not off, turn on your notification bell. You know why? So that way you get to see all the good, amazing information that we're giving out, the content, whatever you want to call it. But what we're doing is we up here giving the word of God, man. We up here having real life conversations. And what we're also doing is we're giving you what I like to call steps on how to deal with life. Steps on how to go through things in life. You feel what I'm saying? Which is very important. But as always, before we get started, I got to share these videos like always. So that way Facebook can keep on, putting the content out there. You know what I'm saying? So they can push it out to the world, because I want people across the world to hear it on this platform. But make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please make sure you do. And you can subscribe to me here. You can follow your boy here. But hey, go ahead, lock in. You know my time limit, right? You got 2 minutes. Not one, but two. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started. So, I got a little different vibe for y'all since it's a Friday. Got some of the lo-fi music for y'all. Christian lo-fi music. So, you may like it. Tune in. 2 minutes.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store preloaded with 20 handpicked products that are trending all over the world, basically validated by AI from a trending product database from one of the top vendors on the planet. And the reason that we can do
What's up, y'all? I know I had a quick little commercial that decided to come in while I was gone. But it's all good though. But welcome to Real Talk Fridays, man. Welcome to Real Talk Fridays. So tonight, or should I say this evening or whatever, we're going to, we might have some real talk tonight. Talk about something. We're going to finish off this Peers series that we've been dealing with, right? So Peers is an acronym that I learned from my good brother and pastor of Redefined TV, Pastor Jerry Flowers Jr. He created this chart. I learned this from Jerry, had to be in 2021-ish. Yep, it was right after the pandemic, so 2021 for sure. So it's a Peers chart. And, you good. It always turned into a Bible study low-key anyway. So you are perfectly fine. No matter what I do, it always turns into a Bible study. It's just the way I'm wired. So, but that's a good thing, hopefully, so that people can really be in tune with God. So anyway, so about Peers. So Peers is an actual acronym, right? And it stands for, the P is for the fifth. Now each letter is an acronym for the version of you that actually exists in today's time. So it goes by PIERS. The P is for the physical version of you, which we talked about. The I is for the intellectual version of you. The E is for the emotional you. The R is for the recreational you. And the S is for the spiritual you. So these 5 versions of you function daily. They function daily. Our job is to manage each one of these peers correctly. And unfortunately, we don't. Because a lot of us don't even know how to manage them correctly. We don't even know, what it is. We don't know anything. So we have to, understand how to go about it. And to be honest, I think we don't understand it is because we're just not aware. And that's my whole focus, right, with these real talks, is to, have you all, aware of how things are and what God is doing, especially in this season, in this time. So let's talk. Let's talk. Let's vibe a little bit. So tonight, I'm gonna talk to y'all about Matthew 6 really quick, and we're gonna talk about the recreational version of you. Now, for all of you that are like, I just work and go home, this is gonna be really for you. For all of you that I don't have time to do nothing, yes, you do. You do. If you have time to scroll on your social media, you have time to do something. Because you don't control time, you manage it. And I think that's one of the things that we fail to realize, is that we fail to manage what God created. We do it from our finances, to our eating habits, to our bodies, to our relationships, to our marriages, to our friendships, even to our parenting. We fail at those areas. And I believe the reason why we fail at them is for one or two reasons. Number one, we weren't taught. And number two, you don't have a blueprint. So even if you jump into something that you've never seen before, like some of us right now, you're in a career field that you're not even qualified for. So you're learning as you go. God graced you enough to learn as you go. Some of you right now, this is your first time having a baby. First child. But you were the only child. You had no younger siblings or anything. You are the youngest. You are the last of the Mohicans. I don't know if you remember that movie or not. But you're the last person. So now you're trying to take care of a child. Or if you got pregnant early, like if you were a teenage mom, or if you were, I guess, maybe adopted, or if you were in a situation to where, this is just your first child with someone and you don't know what to do. You Googling everything, you go into parenting classes, you're calling people with kids and asking them questions and stuff like that. You don't know what to do. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But this is for you. Because a lot of you don't understand. It's like people think like, when you talk about recreation, it's like this thing that you gotta be like super out of pocket. Like you can't be saved and have fun. Like that's the thing, like the lingo. Like you can't be saved and have fun. You gotta go out there and do all kind of crazy stuff. You gotta go out and turn up. You gotta, be in the club, do whatever. You ain't gotta do that to have fun. You can do a lot of different things, right? Now, listen, I'm not the one to tell you what to do. So don't be like, oh yeah, he's saying we should do this. I'm not saying none of that. Like I'm here to give you biblical perspective and for you to kind of lead you and guide you in the place. Because some things I think are fun, you may not like. And vice versa. And that's cool. That's cool. But long as it doesn't cause you to step outside of your boundary of who you are to be saved. As long as it doesn't cause you to do that, you good to go. 100%. So, here's the scripture, right? It's Matthew chapter 6, verse 30 to 32. So it goes like this. Now, this is when they were feeding the 5,000. This is right before that. So they've been out, they've been preaching, they were split up 2 by 2. Then the apostles gathered to Jesus and told him all the things, but both what they had done and what they had taught. Because they were out. Jesus sent them out 2 by 2, including Judas. He was sent out as well. So just remember that. And then he says, and I quote to them, come aside by yourselves and do what? To a deserted place and rest for a while. See, I don't think y'all caught that. I'm gonna read it again. Jesus said to the disciples, come aside by yourselves to a deserted place and rest for a while. Rest for a while. Rest for a while. Some of y'all just need to rest, man. That's all it is. You are not resting at all. You just need to rest. When you rest, you won't be stressed. When you rest, you will not be stressed. And a lot of you right now, you are so stressed out, man. You are stressed out on another level right now because you're trying to figure out, why am I so tired? Why am I feeling what I am feeling right now? Why am I struggling with the things that I'm struggling with? It could be your circle. It could necessarily be who you hang around. It can be your environment. Or could it be that you are just so freaking tired that you can't even think straight? Could it necessarily be that? See, a lot of you, I think, are exhausted. You are straight up exhausted right now. And why are you exhausted? Because you are not resting. Let me tell you something. That 30-minute nap can take you a long way. It can take you a long way throughout the day. That 15-minute nap can take you away. I'm saying because, man, listen, like when you're tired, you can't think straight. When you're tired, you cannot function the way that you need to function when you're tired. A lot of you like, man, like I'm just in the funk right now. I don't know what to do. No, you're tired. You're exhausted. And why? Because the moment you get off from work, which is probably what's taking up a lot of your energy, you jump straight on your phone or you jump straight into responsibility mode, whatever. You got to carve out time to rest for your life. Jesus said, come aside by yourselves, individually, to a deserted place and rest for a while. He didn't say for faith. He said for a while. Somebody say come rest for a while. That means, look, turn your phone off. Well, not your phone, because you may need it for emergency. So let me not say that. Don't even put on do not disturb. Just put on silent. You understand? So just in case if you wake up and pop up in the middle of your rest, you can check your phone and go back. But don't be on your phone and jump on any social media app. Don't do YouTube. Don't even look in your emails. Don't look, because your emails is linked to your social media. So you will click on this email and it'll send you right to your social media. Don't click on your emails. Don't click on YouTube. Don't click on anything that's going to push you right back to the place that's holding you back, for real. So resting is very important, man. This whole thing, like, you rest when you die. What make you think you're going to rest when you die? You don't even know what happens when you die. First of all, you don't rest. Let me tell you what happens, okay? Your spirit goes back up to God. Jeremiah 1:5 says, before I formed you, I knew you in your mother's womb. I knew you in the womb, right? That's the first thing. Your flesh going in the ground, 6 feet under. It's going under, right? Your soul, which is your mind, your will, emotions, heaven or hell. Simple as that. There is no resting in that. If you want to know what you're going to do, just read the book of Revelation. It'll tell you exactly what's going to go down, whether you go to heaven or hell. You can look in the book of Matthew. It tells you about what hell looks like. It talks about the weeping and the weeping and the gnashing of teeth. It talks about the sulfuric smell of hell, the stench. A lot of people have visited hell before, and they have came back and gave their testimonies. Go on YouTube and watch it whenever you get a chance. It may spark your mindset with this. But in reference to what we're talking about, the recreational part, I think this is very vital, man, for you to understand. You got to carve out rest. And listen, I'm not preaching to you. I'm talking to myself. You understand? I'm talking to myself for someone that's up at 5 a.m. every single morning. And I'm at the gym by 5:30, 5:45, depending on traffic, maybe 6. Like, that's a big thing. Like, to change and be in the gym early in the morning. Like, and listen, I'm in that joint still lifting heavy, still squatting 400 plus, leg pressing 1,300 pounds and benching over 350. All of that stuff, doing all of that with no food on my stomach at 5 in the morning. Yo, that puts a lot on your body. During the day, I have to like keep eating to keep energy in my body. Because why? Because I'm like, if I sit here any longer, I'm going to be like Homer Simpson on that meme when he's sitting down like this with his arms folded. And you put your head down. Somebody told me, say, you know, this is how you know you're getting old. This is a sign when you're getting old. When you can just fall asleep like this. I mean, you're getting old, man. Remember when you was younger, you could never get comfortable in the chair. You have to go lay down or lay on somebody, man. When you get to a certain age, man, you like, man, screw this. As long as I get to sit down for a second, I'm straight, right? That's what it is. You got to carve out rest. When you're not resting, what happens to you is that you get frustrated when you don't rest. You take your frustrations out on other people. You don't purposefully do it, but a lot of the stuff that you're feeling right now, even emotionally, especially for the ladies, this is really big for you all. Resting is very vital. I don't know if I remember this back in the day when they used to say, yeah, you know, girl, I got to get my beauty rest, right? Meaning that when you rest, you don't have a lot of bags under your eyes like this guy. Your eyes don't look pinkish yellow because you've been staring at the screen all day, or you just been up for hours. You literally are just straight. You are relaxed. You are focused. You can get a lot done when you're rested. You can. The body needs a minimum. Well, not really a minimum. Excuse me. Your body needs 7 to 8 hours to really function the right way. Really and truly. You doing 6, you pushing it 5 and below, not good. And I'm not talking about the story either, so I'm not shouting you out 5 and below. I'm saying anything less than 7 hours of sleep, you are pushing it. You are pushing. I'm saying this from straight experience. I've clocked it, I've timed it, I've tried all these different methods before. I have, and there is nothing better than a good full 8 hours of rest. There is nothing better than 8 hours of rest. Nothing better than 8 hours. You need at least 8 hours of rest, because if not, what'll happen is you'll wind up oversleeping. Because and I'm gonna just give you me for example, right? This was last week. I was up at 5 every morning, right? Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, I slept until like 10 or 11ish. Went to the gym, worked out, right? My body responded differently. Like, it was completely different because I slept longer. And I went to bed around the same time, around like 10ish, which the other nights I went to bed a little bit earlier, at least tried to, between 9 and 9:30 or 9:30 to 10. So right when I would finish teaching, I would get something to eat and I'll go straight to bed. I get up, shower, go to the gym, get dressed, go to the gym, get out of the gym, shower again, then get ready for the rest of my day. Versus when you do it in that format, like I was cool. And then when that Saturday, when I overslept, I slept at like 10, I felt like I was late. Because I was so used to getting up at 5. So I'm like, okay, so my mind is trained, like, okay, I'm good. But my body was like, nah, you tired, man. Like you gotta you gotta listen to your body. Really what I'm saying, you have to listen to your body. You have to listen to your body. Now, let's break this thing down really quick. That was just me giving you a quick talk, because really, man, like, you not being focused can really hinder you. It really can. Like, you can't even make sound decisions when you are in a mode of just exhaustion. You can't make no good decisions when you're exhausted. You can't. Name me a time right now when you made an exhausted decision that worked out for you. And even if it did, how short term was it? How long did it last? Not very long at all. Because you didn't put no thought into it. You didn't even pray on it. It was just one of them things like, well, I need to make a decision now, so I guess I'll just... And then some of you, because you got to pray, you'll just be like, just forget it. I don't even want to do it because I'm just so exhausted, I'm so tired, and then you lose it. You lose yourself. What if I can just put this in your mind for a moment, that the enemy can really and truly get to a point in your mind to where if he exhausts you long enough, because that's the reason why a lot of y'all having all these dreams. You can't even sleep. You're waking up between 3 and 4 in the morning, especially for you folks that just got saved. For all of you that's like, I'm about to rededicate my life to Christ. Even if you've been saved and you decide you fell off and you're like, man, I'm getting back into it. I'm starting to read my word again. I'm starting to go to church. If not, I'm starting to do my own Bible study. I'm starting to do devotions, right? And all of a sudden, it seems like the time is flying. I mean, 100% flying. And it's like you feel like time is getting away from you. You look up, it's 8:45. You look down, look up again, it's 2 p.m. You like, yo, where did the time? And you're like, I still got all this stuff I got to do. And then you're trying to think like, what did I do to lose all this time? And then after you do all of that, you know what you do? You go into panic mode. You start feeling this unwanted pressure, which produces anxiety, which opens the door to exhaustion, which opens the door to stress, which opens the door to you cannot sleep. You cannot sleep at all. An exhausted you is an unhealthy you. A frustrated, exhausted you is a version of you that's not good for anyone. You can't even be the best wife. You can't be the best husband. You can't be the best mother, the best father, the best coworker, the best businesswoman, entrepreneur, leader, whatever. If you are in a position to where you are exhausted, you can't. You running off of straight fumes. And that's really what it is. If I'm your adversary, if I'm the enemy, and I know that you got a lot going for you, I'll just tire you out. That's all I'll do. It's like a sport to the devil. I just want to tire you out so much until you'll just give up on your own. I don't have to pressure you to give up. I'll just exhaust you and you'll give up by yourself. That's all I need to do. That's why at your job, some of y'all working in certain careers right now, The enemy is frustrating you not from your position, but from people that you work with as well that's doing the exact same position as you. They gave a project and that person just don't want to do what they got to do, or they are putting stuff on you. Like they're doing something to where you are taking the hit yourself. No matter if you try to do that, man, I just stay out the way. I'm just trying to do my work and go home. I ain't getting involved with none of this other stuff. You are still exhausted. They will still try to find a way to stress you out. Still try to find a way to put you in it in some kind of way. But guess what? That's what the enemy knows. If I can just frustrate you in areas to where you put a lot into, no matter what it is, I got you. Because in the areas where you are praying to have increase in, yeah, you're exhausted in those areas. Yeah. You wonder why your job is just stressing you out. You're so exhausted all of a sudden. That's because you've been praying for an increase. That's why. That's why. You want to know why you having trouble in paradise in your household? Because you prayed for something great to happen in your marriage, your relationship, a big breakthrough. Exhaustion. I'm going to do something to exhaust you so bad that you get so disrespectful that you disrespect your spouse. That's what the enemy does. He's smarter than he puts off. And we got to be smart enough not to fall for it. Because if I am super duper frustrated, right? I'm not the best version. Like the enemy will make it to where, and this is crazy that I'm saying this, but this is true now that I think about it. He will make it to where nobody would want to be around you. Because the version of you that you're showing in a state of exhaustion is not the version of you that that person fell in love with. It's not the person that this company hired. It's not the person that people say I will work for because you interviewed me and you gave me an opportunity. No. It's not it at all. It's not it. So the areas where you are 100% praying for the biggest breakthrough ever, it could be with your children. Your children are going to start frustrating you. You're going to feel exhausted with your kids. They're just going to be doing stuff for no reason. They're not even listening. You're like, yo, I didn't spank you. If I spank you any hard, I'm going to throw you through a window at this point. Like, I don't know what to do. Like you're not listening to nothing I'm saying to do. It's like they start, they do it, and they go back. They fall off. They start, they fall off. It's like, it's a lack of consistency. What do you start doing? Well, maybe it's me. Maybe I need to do this. Maybe my parenting skills are not. Maybe. Now all of a sudden you're questioning yourself, which does what? Frustration, right? Which makes you what? Tired, which causes you to do what? Overthink. When you overthink, you're thinking over God, right? Because now you start to add in thoughts that don't even exist to situations that didn't even happen yet. That's called overthinking. So you start getting into this overthinking process, and now you try to sit there and make something happen. And God is not even giving you grace for it. Not because he doesn't want to, because he knows that you're not in a state of, I need to rest. You're just so exhausted right now to where nothing you are thinking about, like there is nothing that you can try to do that can kill this exhaustion. Because to be honest, when we talk about recreation, a lot of you don't have real recreation. You have vices. That's all it is. You have vices, and your vices is so good to where it covers up the wound just for the weekend. But come Monday, you right back where you started. Aren't you tired of that? Like that hasn't that clicked in your head that how is it that you literally are gonna say I'm exhausted? I need something to take my mind off of it. And you do it Friday night, maybe Saturday morning during brunch, maybe Saturday night here and there. Sunday you go to church, but you're so exhausted to where when you get out of church after you went ham this whole weekend, went crazy, you trying to catch up on the rest. And then here come Monday, you right back where you started. And you do this over and 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 over again. And you know what happens eventually? You individuals that do that, When you get a certain age, you get stuck in your ways. You stop growing at that point because you felt like you've done everything. Yeah, you felt like you've done everything. Your vices seems like recreation, and it's not. I'm gonna prove it to you in a second because I'm gonna go over the definition for you to show you that the vices is not helping you. It's really hindering you. But some of our vices, the things that we use to take our minds off of it, to give us some sense of relief or fun, is only things that we've grown up to learn. It's not even things that you even discovered. It's things that you've gotten from hanging around certain people. That's all it is. You really don't have a recreational life. You just got a vice life. You got a device. It's a whole bunch of devices around you. And I'm not talking about phones either. It's things around you that are set up on autopilot. It's kind of like AI. You got an artificial intelligent thing that's going on in your life that you use that turns on automatically. You know when someone does a certain thing, weed man come. You know when someone says a certain thing, here come the shots. You know when a certain individual does something to you, sneaky link, call them up. Like it's just what it is. Like you have these things set up on autopilot for your life. You know, when this happened, I got this to take care of it. When this happened, I got that to take care of it. When this happened, I got this situation to lock in this. But it's vices though. It's not anything that's gonna grow past what you're doing. Like it's there set. And the question is, God's not going to give you vices. That's number one. Where did these vices come from? Who gave you the tools to open the doors to these things? Who opened the tools? Who opened the door for you? And the crazy thing is, you know it's not healthy. You know you wouldn't even recommend your kids to do it. And your kids are watching you do this as an adult. Even if your kids don't see it, they know what you're doing. You were a kid. We were kids. We know what our parents were doing for real. We didn't have the language for it, but now when you sit back and you think about all of the stuff your parents could have been possibly doing as an adult, you're like, yeah, they did this, they did that. But now because you in your big age, your big grown self, you act like your kids don't know. Like, are you serious? Just as much as you know everything your kids can possibly do because you have done it and you grew up seeing other people do it, what makes you think they don't know what you're doing? What makes you think that? They know. They know because we knew. So what makes you think that they don't know? They absolutely know. They know. So these tools that you have set in place to help you get over this past week, you got to switch it up, man. You got to switch up your vices. Switch them up. We are no longer keeping vices with us during the summer. We're not. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. You wondering why you haven't grown to the next level? Again, it's because you got vices and your vices are making you exhausted. Over time, they are slow killers. They're not quick. Well, they're slow killers. Your vices are very, very slow. Very, very slow killers. Very slow. Because what happens when now you say, oh, I want to be in a marriage now, be in a relationship. And those vices that you have, your spouse is like, no, I don't do that. Then what? What are you going to do now? You're going to feel bad because your spouse said that they don't do it. And you're going to feel like they're judging you because they don't do what you like to do. Because you have vices. You don't have recreation. You have vices. It's not the same. It's two totally different things. But it can be disguised as a recreational fun thing to do because no one's judging you for it. You hang around people that's okay with that lifestyle. But when you want to be with someone that is in Christ, they're like, nah, I'm not doing that. That's not what it is. And because you are in that vice mode, which keeps you very carnal, there's no growing from that. You stay stuck right where you at, aka you stuck in your ways. And that's what keeps you exactly where you are in this moment. That's what keeps you where you are. Man, let me tell you something, man. Them vices can really and truly make you think that everything's cool and it's not. It's not. Because after the years, and when you sit down and you think like, dang, like how much money did you waste? How much time did you really waste? And all because you're tired. You just need rest. You just need to rest. The reason why you're not in shape yet, my sis, my bro, is because you are exhausted. You really want to be in shape. You really want to go and do it. You really want to do it. But you know what you're not doing? You are not prioritizing rest and going to the gym. You are prioritizing work and your vices and food and family. That's it. You are not a part of none of those things at all. Each one of those things are a part of you, which means they are eating at you. Those things need you to survive. You don't need it. You don't need it to survive, but they need you to survive. All your vices, your job, they need you to survive. But what are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for yourself? And a lot of you have been taught if you don't do nothing for nobody else, then that makes you selfish. That makes you, man, look, when you die, I give it 2 months, people are mourning you, and then life goes on. They moving on to the regular scheduled program. That's what it is. That's the true fact about life that folks do not want to talk about. They don't want to talk about it. When you pass away, you're going to get mourned. Some folks will mourn you a little longer. But they'll get their little what is it called? They'll get their reminders on Facebook and all of that from memories about how, you were once with them, etc., etc. But other than that, they're going to move on with their lives once you pass away. They are not going to stay where they're going to move on and be like, all right, well, I still got my life to live. Your job is going to put your position up on LinkedIn and Indeed fast. They're going to fill you. They already got somebody on speed dial ready to fulfill your position. They don't care. No one cares. Like, you're going to move on. Everyone's life is going to move on once you pass away. So you're not prioritizing your life for recreation. You have to. The reason why you haven't started that project yet or that business is not that you don't want to, it's that you're tired. You're exhausted. You're trying to make it to a point to where I can do this and I can do this. So without proper planning, your performance is going to be poor, very poor. And a part of your planning is what? Rest. For all of my individuals that are very, very organized and detail oriented, you gotta pencil in rest in your calendar, in your planner, on your to-do list. You gotta pencil it in. You have to, because if you don't, I promise you, you won't get it. You won't get it. You gotta pencil that in. I just read you a scripture where Jesus told his disciples, come aside by yourselves. Matthew 6:31. Read it whenever you get some time. And he said, by yourselves to a deserted place. That means isolated from everybody. And rest for a while. Rest for a while. That means, man, get your time in, rest. They put in work. You're putting in work. They rest. You're not resting. You need to rest. Whatever you want to do, I promise you, it's not going anywhere. If you want to go in the store and get that one thing because you wanted it, call the store and ask them, hey, can you hold this? I will give you my name and number. I'm going to come pick it up. Here's the size. Here's what I need. I will pick it up tomorrow at this point in time. Can you put it to the side for me? And if it's not there, so what? Order it online. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, you have to rest, though, man. You have to rest. Resting is very vital. You haven't started that project because you're exhausted. You haven't. A lot of you right now, even relationship-wise, it's like, it's not your spouse's fault. It's your fault. You're just exhausted. You're tired. You are tired. But the problem is you give all your energy to everyone else, but you ain't giving your energy to the right people. And you want them to suffer because of that. because you're not prioritizing rest, but you prioritize your job, you prioritize your lunch break, you prioritize your paycheck, but you don't prioritize none of the people that are important to you. How do you think that's going to work? It's not going to work. You have to prioritize it. You have to put rest in there. You have to. You can put all of these other things. I'm gonna start the side business. I'm gonna get this hustle going. I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. But you have no rest in none of the planning. That's crazy. You spending more time with everything else, but you won't rest to spend time with you. You only get 24 hours in a day. You only get 24 hours in a day. Come on, 8 times 3 is 24, right? Let's do some math, okay? You got 8 hours of rest. Let's just assume you work 8 hours a day, right? Matter of fact, hold up. I'm gonna do one even more solid. I got a calculator right here. You got 24 hours in a day. Let's just say for a lot of you, you don't really get 8 hours. You really sleep like 6, because a lot of you be up on your phones. You don't go to bed till like 1, and then you wake up at 7. So you sleep like 6 hours, right? Minus 6. You got 18 hours left. You work 8 hours. You really work 7 because, or 7.5, because you get a 30 and 2 15s, which in actuality, that's an hour. 2 15-minute breaks is 30-minute breaks plus your 30-minute lunch. That's an hour. So you really work 7 hours. So we're going to do 7. You got 11 hours left. Let's say you commute home. Let's just say you take an hour to commute. You got 10 hours left in the day. When you get home, you still got 10 hours from the time you get home up until when you actually have to wake up for the next day. What are you doing with your 10 hours? Let's just say you got kids to come home to, you got a spouse to come home to, you got to cook, etc. Let's say family hour is 4 hours, right? Let's just say, right? You got 6 hours left. You got 6 hours left. What are you doing with them 6 hours? What are you doing with those extra 6 hours in the 24 hours of the day? Let's say you say, you know what, Ben, I'm going to go into the gym. Okay. Hour. You got 5 hours left in 24 hours. What are you doing with that time? What are you doing with the time? People don't want to look at it like this because it holds them. You have to be accountable for it. But when you're not accountable, you'll let 5 hours. 5 hours, you can lose 5 hours from scrolling on your phone quick. You will lose 5 hours by driving home and stopping and window shopping somewhere just to do it and then go back to the house. Or I got a little time, I can get back because she don't get out till this time. The kids don't get until this time. I got time. You lost time. You lost time. You have to be very intentional with your recreational time. The recreational version of you is very important. It is slipping. I've learned this recently, man, that when you don't plan out time for yourself or just a fun version of you, let me tell you what it'll do. It'll destroy the version of you that you always wanted to be since a kid. And a lot of you have done that. You have let a job destroy who God really calls you to be. You're really a cool person to hang around with. You really like the funniest dude ever. Like, you got jokes. You're like, when people are around you, they just laugh because they're in your presence. You let a job take that away from you and make you super serious to where you got to be a butthole to everybody in your job, to where now you don't even like yourself. You don't even like this version of you. That's really why you stress out. Because the fun version of you don't even exist anymore. So now you are faking this version of you. So now you're lying to yourself every single day. You're lying to the people at work that you're this person and you're really not. That's why the people that are really close to you, they don't know that version of you at your job. They only know you. But you're not like that all the time. So guess what? Your code switching is tearing you up. It's tearing you up because you code switch really quick. You turn it on and turn it off really quick. That's what it's doing to you. Why are you doing that to yourself? Why? You really a cool chick. You really funny as a mug, for real. Everybody loves your personality, all of that stuff. Everybody loves it. But when you go to that job, when you go in your business, you got people stressing you out so much. You are stressed out because your service or your product is not selling fast enough. By the time you get home, you're making everybody's life miserable. Everybody in the house is miserable because you miserable. You got an attitude with everybody. You snapping on everybody. Nobody wants to be around you because of how you're doing things. Because you're not resting. You're trying to be a version that you're not. You're making yourself into a version that you're not. And you're getting mad at people who are actually themselves. You think that they aren't mature enough. You think that they just not, whatever. They just need to grow up. No, you are miserable, and misery loves company. You're miserable. That's your problem. You're miserable. You don't even like yourself. That's all it is. You don't even like yourself. You don't even like being around you. You get depressed being by yourself. You really do. And this ain't a man or woman thing. This is a person thing. You get depressed by yourself. You don't like yourself at all. Because you turned into a version that you thought would be acceptable to society because you got paid for it. And look what happened. Look what happened. And you're wondering, what's wrong with me? So now you want to go to church. Thinking that if you sit in the church for a while, that's going to change things for you automatically, right? You know, the more you pray to God, the more he's going to expose the things that you need to work on. But then again, because you didn't grow up, you didn't realize what was going on, because you didn't have the tools, you stay stuck where you are. And pride settles in. You get real prideful. Like, oh no, I'm good. I know I got issues, but I'm good. Sad. It's really sad. But when all you had to do was just carve out rest. If you just rest, you will be all right. But you're not resting. You're tired all the time. You're faking it for real. People know when you really rested up. Because you're cool now, you're funny, you got all the energy, huh? And some of you know how to turn it on. You talk to certain people, you all depressed, like, I'm alright, And certain people, you like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Oh yeah, you laughing and joking, you loud, people can hear you over in 2 doors down, all of that. And even while you made up that whole story with your attitude with that person over the phone or whoever you saw in person, when you get away from them or you get off that phone, you're right back to where you started. You're even worse than where you were before because you had just exuded all of that energy that you didn't have to those individuals. And the whole time, you was exhausted. Super exhausted. You were exhausted. So, here's the definition of recreation. I know I've been on for a little minute, but it's all good. It says this. And then the word just basically speaks for itself. But this says this. The action or process of creating something again. It is the action or process of creating something again. That's recreation. See, you thought it was about fun. Recreational sports. What are you creating in that moment? What are you creating in that moment? What are you creating in that moment? What are you creating? It is the action or process of creating something again. That is the definition of recreation. It means to recreate, recreate, and then the shun is the action, like action, recreation. Why aren't you like creating something again? Could that be that's why you stressed out? Could that be that's why you're so exhausted? Is because you're not creating. You're just working. You're working on someone else's process to create something new. but you're not doing it for yourself. That's why. So when we talk about recreation, it means to renew something, right? It means to renew. That's what the word create again means, to renew something. You having vices is not renewing anything. It's just keeping you stuck where you are. That's why it's a temporary fix. Hello? Come on, talk to me. That's what it is. You stressed out, you go get a shot, you drink whatever, cool. But you're not creating anything new. You're staying exactly where you are. Then every weekend you gotta do it over and over and over and over again. Then eventually you're gonna do one thing. You're gonna point the finger at somebody, or you're gonna point at yourself. When in all actuality, you do not have the tools because you just didn't know. Recreation is not fun. Recreation, the word, it is to create again or renew. You're not in the process of doing anything but staying stuck where you are about using a vice to help out on something when all you have to do is just rest. If you rest, it will be easy for you to create something. But when you're exhausted, you don't want to create nothing. Nah, you're just trying to get over the exhaustion mentally. But you're not creating anything. So recreation is supposed to be a fun thing to do. Right, because you're creating something new. You're renewing it. But if it's stressful, how can I renew anything? How? But the crazy thing about this, like, the root word to recreation is to create, again, or renew, right? But the original context of the word, it means to have a mental or spiritual consolation, a revelation, an idea, an epiphany, something new that just popped up in your head. I wonder if that would solve the problem if it would do this instead of that. That's called recreation or recreation. But for some reason, we're not doing that. We're using vices in order to help us to get over the hump of leaving something that caused us stress in that moment. So because that issue isn't dealt with, I'm just going to drink it away, sex it away, smoke it away. Now I'm still in the same boat. No matter, look, you know the crazy thing about, here's what I've learned. There are two things that happen when you leave your house, right? When you go to leave on an extended stay, whatever, right? It's two things. Everybody think it's a vacation. No, it's not. It's not the same. You either going to do a vacation or you're going to do a trip. A trip is way better than a vacation. Vacation, for those of you who don't know, the key word is to vacate. Vacate. That means that you leave it temporarily and then you're going to come back to it. So you can go on a cruise. You could take a vacation for 3-5 days, but guess what? That stress, until that problem is solved, you just running from it. You still got to come back to it. You know, one of the worst days about the vacation is not the day you fly in, it's the day you fly back. That's the worst part about a vacation. You take your PTO, the worst part about your PTO is the day you got to go back in. Why? Because you escaped it for however many days you were approved for. And then you right back to where you started. Vacay. But when you take a trip though, oh no. You take a trip is different. Because with a trip, you can work on your trip. You can take your work with you. And while you're there in the trip, you are intentionally going there for a reason. You're planning time, you're making time, like you're going there for a reason. Vacation, I just want to get away. I just want to get away for a while. And then we'll come back and then you right back to where it was. So you wasted money to get away to come back to something that's still not resolved. Why don't you just solve the issue? Then you can actually take a trip instead of vacating it for a while, running away from it for a while, and then coming back. How do you do that? Rest. When you rest, you probably don't need to vacate. You will learn a way to recreate something that'll take away the stress that's causing you to be a version of you that you're really not. The version of you that you are right now is keeping you from creating anything. And it's just straight from exhaustion. You being tired. My feet hurt. My back hurt. Migraines. I got headaches. My neck hurt. My shoulders hurt. My arms hurt. My stomach hurt. My chest. Come on. All of these different pains, if you would just rest, you'll be okay. Case in point, there's a story going around viral. Woman had a business. I'm sure y'all heard about it. It's viral right now. Woman had a business working 7 days a week to save up, take care of her family and all of that. This woman said, I finally have time off. I'm going to go home and rest. And she went to sleep and they never woke up again. She was working 7 days a week. Exhaustion. Don't be that person. I'm not God. I can't say the reasons why it happened or whatever, but 7 days a week, that's, man, I've done it before. That's grind. And I'm telling you, it was the worst times of my life when I've done it. Oh man, it hurt. It hurt. It don't physically hurt, it mentally hurts you. It really does. You have to rest, man. You have to rest. You're not missing. Ain't nothing going on outside, y'all. I promise you. The same stuff going on outside in 2025 was the same stuff going on outside in 2005 and in 1995. You know what the difference was? These phones. That's it. Phones let you be in people's business across the world. That's all it does. And the people across the world will only show you the business that they want you to see, whether it be real or whether it be fake. That's it. That's the difference. Other than that, when you ain't have a lot of y'all are stressed out right now because you got phones. Because you got access to stuff so easily now. So it can stress you out easily. When you ain't have a phone, back then, you didn't know where everybody was. You either had to pull up at their house to see where they were. If you saw their car in the driveway, you knew they was home. If you didn't see the car, well, I guess they ain't home. If they didn't have a phone line to their own room or have their own phone, then you just didn't get in contact with them. When these things when the technology increase high, oh, that's it. That's it. That's when things really and truly change for us. That's when the stress levels increased even higher, when the phones became more smarter and more accessible to information that we needed. Now, you don't even need a doctor no more for real. You can go to Dr. Google. You can Google stuff and get medicine, remedies, anything you need now is accessible to your hand. Now, is it helpful? Absolutely. I use tools all the time, AI tools, all of that. However, you still got to come back down to, I ain't gonna say to reality, but to earth a little bit. You got to come back down and keep it simple. Your phone is gonna be okay if you don't answer it. That notification that you got on your social media, that notification is still going to be there unread until you read it. No one else is going to read it. The DM that you get, the message is still going to be there. It won't switch. It won't change. It won't change. When you rest, you can really focus on the people that you love for real. You can really be in tune with them, intentional with them, whatever you want to call it. You can actually be in recreation because you and your spouse, your person, can start creating something again. You can really create life again. You could create children again. You could create a business again. You could create more money again. You could do a lot. But when you do it when you're exhausted, eventually somebody gonna turn on somebody. And it won't be nothing intentional, I believe. It's just going to be like, yo, man, I was just so exhausted. But why do that to your spouse? Why do that to yourself? Why do that to your children? Why do that to your coworkers? Why do that to you? Why put yourself through that? Because the enemy knows if I can get her exhausted, if I can get him exhausted, I can stop him or her from creating anything new. You'll be stuck right where you are. And you think because you're not hurting nobody, because you're not in nobody's business, because nobody's complaining about what you're doing, and because you are an adult, nobody can tell you what to do anyway, you're good. You're good. Like I said a couple weeks ago, you don't know who's watching you. The reason why a lot of you don't change is because you don't think you're a leader. You don't think anyone's watching you. People are looking for you to make a decision to get to a certain level in life so that they can believe. They only believe in because they saw you. They didn't believe because they saw you. So I have this cousin. We were in first grade together. Till this day, she don't know this. Till this day. We were in first grade together. She's a teacher now. And she always, for some reason with this teacher, well, it was second grade, not first. She always got straight A's, no matter what. And I saw her report cards. A's. Every single 6 weeks, it was an A. All of her things. We took the same, it was reading, writing, spelling, things like that. All A's. Me, A, B, 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 A. I'm like, yo, why am I always getting B's? I'm not doing, and she didn't know this, but I remember looking at her report card and saying to myself, yo, if she can get an A, I know I can get an A. I know I can. Her getting A's motivated me to want to be a smart kid. Till this day, she don't know this. She still don't. I'm going to tell her one day. But I remember seeing her report card in the second grade. And I remember seeing she was straight A's. Every single 6 weeks, straight A's. I would have 3 A's, 2 B's. Or 3 B's, 2 A's. I'm like, dang. Like, why can't I just have a whole row of A's just straight down? Never got it. I'm like, man, something wrong with me. I'm saying this at 6 or 7. Like, something is wrong with me. Like, I just can't get it. And then next year, third grade, it clicked. It was just A's. I'm like, yeah, okay, I got it now. But it took her to have straight A's for me to say, you know what? I need to tighten up. I was saying this, y'all, at 6 and 7 years old. 6 and 7 years old. I had trophies for like academics growing up. Like, I remember going to an actual little thing we had at the school. It was an award. It was for something else. And they gave me a trophy that I didn't even know I was even going to get. Like, our class just went there and they were actually giving out awards for a completely different grade class. It was like for third grade or whatever. I was in the 5th grade at this time. And I had a 3.968. I never forget it. And they called my name. They took a picture with me and everything. I was so shocked. I got a certificate, a trophy. I was shocked. I was like, okay. And I came home. I was like, what's this? And I was like, I got a trophy today. And they saw it. They was like, what? I was like, but nobody knew that it took my cousin to have straight A's in the first grade, and that motivated me every year to have straight A's. So I say all that to say this. You don't know who's watching you. So while you're moving around exhausted, not being the best version of who God created you to be, not the best version of yourself, okay, but the version that God created you to be, you will not understand how much rest really plays a huge factor in your life. You have to rest, y'all. Get you some rest, man. Get you some rest, please. Soak in the tub, do your Epsom salt, your bubble bath, whatever you do. Light your candles, do whatever, but rest, man. Decompressed. Rest. That rest is going to help you. You are a completely different individual. But again, if I'm your adversary, I just need to exhaust you for a little bit. And when I exhaust you, you want to be in control. And when you've been in control for so long, pride settles in. And then here come your ego. And then you push God out. You don't need God no more. You got it. You try to play God. You got it. You don't need God help. Then when it all comes falling down, crashing down, here you go. God help me. God save me. When all you had to do was just rest. You really want to know? I'm going to tell you like this. You have the most faith when you sleep. I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. You have the most faith when you sleep. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Before you went to sleep, did you say to yourself last night, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow? Did you? No. No one does. Really. No one ever says that. That's not a common statement. Well, I'm going to bed. I'll see y'all never after this. No one says that. No one ever puts that out there. But you have faith that you're going to wake up the next day, right? Oh, you have a lot of faith. You just know God going to come through. And he going to wake you up. You know that. You know this. But how do you know? That same faith that you have that when I go to sleep, oh yeah, I'm going to go to sleep early so I can wake up the next day. Who told you was going to wake up the next day? You're not guaranteed that. But you have faith that you are going to have it. If I'm the enemy, I don't want you to have that type of faith. Is you crazy? That puts you in right alignment. That makes the relationship vertical at this point. So now I gotta keep you from resting. I gotta make you doubt that you didn't do enough work today. I gotta make you believe that today wasn't your day. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. You're not having enough fun. So go ahead and turn up, do what you gotta do. Just let it all out. Just go ahead and have fun. You finally got time to yourself. Just go ahead. Just do what you gotta do. And you still gotta come back to life. You're still exhausted. You are still exhausted. You're still exhausted. So what are you going to do now? That same faith that you have when you go to sleep, you don't ever say, oh, I'm not going to wake up. Like you set the alarm. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to wake up at 6 o'clock so I can get to work on time. What makes you think that you're going to hear that alarm? That much faith that you have, you need to have that same much faith that, if I rest, I'll be okay. Like, I'll be all right. Some of you who have health issues or who have had some health challenges in the past is because you're just not resting. I understand you can eat better. I understand you can go to the gym. But, if you would just rest, you do know you lose weight when you rest, right? A lot of y'all have weight because you're just not resting. You trying to lose some weight? You trying to snatch your body up? Rest. You want to get stronger? You want your muscles to get bigger? Rest. Your body needs time to recuperate. It needs time to recuperate. You'll be surprised of how much you can just get done. How much your body will respond to you just resting. Man, take your naps if you need to. You know, a lot of y'all, some of you have 2 15 minutes and a 30 for your job, or some of you have an hour lunch break, or some of you are entrepreneurs. You do what you want, man. Pencil in rest. I'll never forget it. Boy, when I was a banker, I was known. I'm out. If I cooked, warmed it in the back, went in the car, ate, turned that AC on, boy. I had 5% tint on my 300. Man, I laid them seats back, and I had cooling seats too. I was out. I took a nap on my lunch break. Every day I took an hour nap. You'll be surprised of how much it helped, man. I took a nap every single day. Every day. I took a nap today. It felt really good. I'm taking me a nap. I'm tired. Yeah, take a nap. You need to rest. Jesus said rest for a while in Matthew 6:31. 21, excuse me. 31, I apologize. So that means for a while. Y'all just need to rest, man. Like, I encourage you to rest. So even when it comes to, people say like the recreational thing about having fun and doing things. Yeah, you can do things like go bowling. You can go play basketball, football, shoot pool. Do whatever you need to do to give yourself something to do. So that way you don't get stuck in your ways. You're not just working and then the house, working in the house, working again, working out. And then on the weekend, you finally want to do something. No, like, especially if you're married, man, have date night every night. No, we're going to do it Wednesdays or Friday. No, every night. You're not guaranteed you're going to wake up tomorrow with your spouse. Have date night every night. Every night. What we doing tonight? Let's go out. Let's go do this. Do something. Even y'all just go ride around with the sunroof open, the windows down, whatever, with the AC blowing, whatever. Go hit some blocks. Go flip. Go spin the block a little bit. Go ride around. Listen to some music. Go ahead. Go get you some ice cream. Pull over, find a view. Some states don't have views where you can look, pull up in the view and just watch and just talk. Turn the music up, sit in the car and vibe together. Like, do something. Do something recreational together. If it's just you, man, go to the movies. Go eat by yourself. Go do something. Go do something. Go do a spa day. Treat yourself. Go do a spa day. Mani, pedi. Go do that. You got to pencil that stuff in, y'all. Pencil it in, because if you don't, I'm telling you, man, like, the enemy is very smart. He gonna stress you out. The enemy is so smart, he can make something very stressful on one day last for 4 days. I've seen it happen in my own life. I've seen it happen in other people's lives. Like, he'll hit them with something on Monday and then they won't get over it until Thursday. But Tuesday had his own issues. Wednesday had his own issues. Now, those two things are catching up with you on Friday. So it's like your week is just... That's how smart he is. Don't fall for the okie doke. Rest. Do something every day. Whatever it is. Like for me, I love working out. I love going to the gym. Go work out. Do something. Go shoot ball. Go do something. Play the game. Play the PS5. Play the Xbox. Whatever game you play. Pencil in time to do something. To do something. Because if you don't, you just sitting there idle, man, the enemy gonna get you. He's absolutely gonna get you. He will. And it is easy to hate yourself. It is hard not to love yourself when you're not doing anything for yourself. It is easy to hate yourself. It is hard not to love yourself when you are not doing something for yourself. Because a lot of you were raised and taught, well, if I do something for me and not for them, I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to be this. You better stop listening to that stuff. Because when you die, them same people will not carry on to say, you know what? They weren't doing anything for themselves. Well, we're going to make sure that whatever they want to do for themselves, we're going to carry on that legacy. They're not going to do nothing. They'll probably make a t-shirt of you, post you on their social media, pray once a month, and then that's it. They're going to move on with their lives. They don't care, man. Because life goes on. They still got to live their lives. And I'm not being insensitive or not showing any empathy or even sympathy toward anyone passing away. Because I lost both of my parents. That stuff still hurt till this day. I still have moments where I think about my dad a lot. I have moments where I think about my mom a lot. One of my sisters passed away. I think about my nephew. I think about my cousins. I think about that. However, I still got to live my life daily. So the prioritization of me having to think about my parents every single day, if I don't pencil in time for rest or think about times when I want to go out and have fun, do whatever, I will be here stuck. There's no way I can get up here and teach 3 times a week if I didn't pencil it in. I write this stuff down. I wish I had my plan. 1 second. I think I still have it in here. Let me see. Yep, there it is. Yeah. There it is. I have a planner. And I plan out my whole month and every day of the week. Every day of the week. Every day. Every day of the week. And if you see here at the bottom, what does that say? Bed. Eat. Bible study, teaching, declarations, bed. Go to bed, y'all. Look at this. Bed. Like, come on. Like, it's on there, man. Like, I pencil in time to rest. This is not a game. Look. What was this? June 4th? You see the date? June 4th, Wednesday. What does that say? Sleep. Go live, 8:30, eat, sleep. I pencil this stuff in, man. Like you have to. This is my planner. You have to. You have to pencil it in. You have to, because if not, man, the enemy, he gonna get you. Like, he don't care about you. He don't care about nothing you got going on, all your little stuff. He don't care about that, man. So, all in all, recreation, the type of recreation you do, you know what's right and what's wrong. We adults, we're not kids. Like, you know this stuff. You know what not to do, and you know what to do. You know, like you know exactly what to do and what not to do. You know that. So, all in all, get yourself some rest, man. Because the enemy don't care about your body. He don't care. That lady went to sleep and they never woke up again. Working 7 days a week. That changed a lot of people's perspective, because they're like, yo, like, am I really taking my health serious? Resting is a big part of your health. It really is. So make sure you're getting some adequate rest. Make sure you do that. And last but not least, make sure that you are focusing on, how can I renew something that needs to be created again? How? Because creation is the process of creating something. Excuse me. The R-E in creation means again, like do it again. It's a repeating process. That's what it is. It's a repetitive repetition of process. So the word is telling you to create again. You've already created before. Create again. But you can't create anything if you are exhausted. You can't do anything if you're exhausted. You can't. You can't do it. So with that being said, because I'm tired, I am about to hop off. And I am going to follow exactly what I am teaching. I am going to rest, which I recommend that you do as well. Because I can feel myself starting to yawn, and I don't want to yawn on this live. But at some point, I'm going to be like, I don't care. I'm going to just yawn, and y'all going to just have to just take this yawn. It is what it is. So, all in all, oh, there you go. Ooh, excuse me. See, there it is. It's time to go. It's time to go rest. Go to sleep. Listen, y'all. Share this video. It's Real Talk Friday, so y'all know what it is. Share this video. Send it to somebody. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for the giving as well. Shout out to all the people that are giving. If you decide to give, Cash App, Zelle, information is in the description. You know what to do. But overall, get you some rest, man. It's going to refresh you spiritually and physically. It's going to get, and even mentally, it's going to give you what you need. It's going to give you what you need. Rest is very vital. So please do it. So that's my time. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see you on Monday. Monday, 8 o'clock. Make sure you tune in, lock in. I'll see you soon. And lean in real quick. You know what you need to do? Come closer. Pray. And then go your butt to bed. Go to sleep. Get you some good rest. Okay? And when you rest, then you take on the next day. Don't take on the next day without good rest. 7 to 8 hours. Stop doing 6, 5, and 4. You know who you are. Money, you can always get you some more money. But you can't get you no more time. The time can't repeat itself. Get you some rest. It's your favorite Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all on Monday. Rest up.